probably going to wind down.
Because I know they're going to want to sit together. Kate's leaving. Leaving. She said the boys should go.
Tom did go to the movies. Maybe he did go to the movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could all quiet down, I would like to ask Father Murray to say grace, please. Oh, no.
Here comes Mary now.
Oh, okay.
Mary's here?
Fellowship. We thank you for the time that Tom has had with us and how much we have grown to love him and appreciate his ministry. And bless, O Lord, this food to our use and us to your loving service, and give us thankful hearts through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Air and everything, so you can go on around.
I haven't seen you at church for about how long? Last Sunday. Tom Murray. Hey, Robert pulled strings that time.
Bill and Lois Turner, Ted and myself, and McDermott, and we tried, and we're kind of pleased at what we've seen. So many of you here, the food was sensational, and there's more fun to come. The dessert, what do you think of the dessert? They're coming up, and then after dessert, keep your seats, because we've got a little bit of fun planned. At least we hope it's fun. That's the way we planned it. Thanks for coming.
Welcome you to an evening with Tom Tirman, also known as a good seminarian. As you may or may not know, Tom came to Spring Hill in a Mazda GLC loaded with a computer, a stereo, ice skates, golf club, tennis racket, and a few clothes, a VCR, just in case he wasn't going to be too busy. Now, one of the things that we found out about Tom, and I'll tell a little story on myself first, every family generally has a member of checking to see if another member of the family is telling us the truth. Well, my family, Dolly will say to me, honest Injun, and if it is the truth and the truth only, I answer yes, honest Injun. Well, it seems that Tom has this problem, had this problem, and has it while he's in seminary, and now there are times that he must put his right hand on his head and say, it is the truth. These are his own people that he works with and goes to school with in the seminary. He's preserved on many occasions, as he just did now, or twice. Now, shortly after he arrived, Tom got involved with Shirley's computer. Shirley was having a terrible time. She wasn't getting the information she needed or wanted. So Tom came and he decided that he worked on it. And after working on it for quite a while, he had it set up so it would do everything but cook. However, in his desire to do a terrific job, somehow he got some wires crossed. The MacDill Air Force Mess Sergeant received 200 copies of St. Andrew's Sunday Bulletin, and Shirley received 200 cases of eggs. And what a mad scramble took place between MacDill Air Force and St. Andrew's Church to get that little matter straightened out. Also on each one of the tables, I don't know whether you've noticed it or not, but there is a computer printout. The sheet, I think everybody has looked at it, and you can see that there's Tom has done a terrific job with this. Our computer now prints this. There's only one thing wrong. We think it's a foreign language because we don't understand it. At this point, I would like to ask George Cypher because he has something that he would like to add for Tom.
Ted, would you like to pass this over to Tom?
Oh, okay. Can't open it. Now you can.
Why does a good golfer always carry an extra pair of shoes?
Why?
In case he gets a hole in one. Tom is still trying.
We got you an old bag.
I hope they're your size and they match your black pants that you just bought up at Bell's. And now back to Ted.
Next one up is, where are you? Bill Terhune, get up here. Bill Terhune has found something very interesting that he would like to show and tell us about. Bill also has an item that should be of great value to Tom in his coming years in his ministry. We hope you will really appreciate this time.
Tom, about 2 weeks ago you played golf with Ted, and he called me that night and he said, you know, something terrible happened. He said, Tom lost one of his clubs. Now, he didn't go into details how you lost it, but he said he lost it into the woods. So he said, being Bill, I know you play golf and you're always in the woods. Would you do me a favor? The next day you play up at Oak Hill, would you look into the woods? And he said, it's around the 7th hole. And he said, can you find this club? I said, well, I'll try. I said, they call me the woodsman, by the way. So, sure enough, I hit the ball into the woods. And...
Is that your right hand or your left hand?
So anyway, Tom, I found this club. And I said, gee, you know, I bet you Tom was going to be happy. I said, he's going back to Indiana with his favorite club. And Ted, will you present the club I found to him? While I'm here, I had another chore to do. This was for Robin. Robin was going away this week, and he said, Bill, will you do me a favor? He said, you know, we'd like to give Tom a little going away gift. And he said, you go down the mall a lot. And he said, there's a religious shop down there, and we'd like to get him something nice from St. Andrew's. He told me how much I could spend, which shocked me. But anyway, I went down to the shop, sort of embarrassed. I went in there and I said to the shopkeeper, I'd like to buy a gift for a young fellow that has senior year in the seminary, and he's going to go to the priesthood. And what can I get him for a going away gift? Well, when I mentioned the price, the first thing he said to me, now down the street there's a church that's having a rummage sale. Well, I still didn't get it. And he said, you know, the local police department has a lost and found sale going on. But anyway, he said, no, wait a minute now. He said, I have something I think may be of use to him. He said, you know, a lot of young fellows can use it. It helps prepare their sermons. He said, in fact, a lot of older priests can use it. In fact, Rob, we got this gift for Robin one of these days. But anyway, Tom, we got this gift for you, and we hope it will help you.
Just right there, I'll let you give it to him. Very good, Tom. Paul Blumenauer, after hearing your second sermon, Tom, he has some observations that are rather interesting that he would like to make. So, Paul, would you come up here at this time?
Give this to Paul. Tell him why Paul needs this. Tell him why Paul needs this.
The reason Paul needs to use that is because he times Tom and he also times Robin when they're doing their sermons.
Doesn't listen, he times.
Yeah, he listens.
This is double spaced.
You see it with your glasses, right?
Well, I have enjoyed Tom's sermons very much, and as I'm sure that you all have. And I've timed them to see how long it takes him to get his message across. Number 1 was 8 minutes and 52 seconds. Number 2 was 12 minutes and 31 seconds. And number 3 was 10 minutes and 57 seconds. All of them have seemed too short. Now, Tom has told us that he has wondered, in his last sermon, as a matter of fact, at length about health facilities and exercising programs where all the participants are beautiful and in great condition. Well, we took a hard look at this problem, and through extensive investigation, we located a health facility for everyday people near the seminary in Virginia. Now, we couldn't acquire statistics on the total membership, but we did get a random sampling. Gary Gross, 6 foot 250 pounds. Rosalind Rota, 5 foot 2 inches, 160 pounds. Wanda Wayaton, 5 foot 5, 197 pounds. Fred Frump, 5 foot 9, 200 pounds. And a retired sumo wrestler whose name I won't even attempt to pronounce. Now, we don't feel that you are in need of such a facility at this time, but just wanted to help you in your quest for one where people are not so beautiful. See text for the address and the membership. Now, on July 24th, Tom preached a sermon on the gospel lesson depicting Jesus walking on water. And he went into great detail, explaining how difficult this feat would be. During the preparation of this sermon, he said he, quote, tried out of curiosity to walk on the water at Henning's pool. See, I do listen. Tom said this did not prove successful. Well, we did some underwater reconnaissance at the Henning's pool, okay? And we got this. Now, we found this collapsed paddle boat at the bottom of the pool, okay? And we've concluded that Tom didn't try this out of curiosity. He tried to walk on water out of necessity. Thank you very much.
There have been some last-minute entries. It seems, Tom, that you have been far and wide through Spring Hill, and your reputation is following you. There are some people that have pointed out to me tonight that effective Wednesday, when Tom leaves us, that Wendy's and Burger King are going to be laying off over half of their staff. Because that's evidently where Tom has his breakfast, lunch, and whatever else meals he may eat. Now, Robin, have you anything that you would like to add to this?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, a few minutes ago, I had to get involved with a dispute down this end of the room. The last, second from the last, and third from the last table, Bill Johnson and Bob Ashmead got into a heated discussion. And Bill Johnson pulled weight on Bob Ashmead and said, "Listen, young man, you pay attention to me." It turns out that Bill Johnson's only 96 and Bob Ashmead's 93. So Bob, like I've told Tom all through this summer, pay attention to your elders. I said to Tom, before Tom came, we had this drive to get food for him, to stock his pantry.
Yeah.
And I said to him, Tom, what are you going to bring for dinner tonight? And he said, that's no problem. He said, I'll bring a dish. He said, I've got enough beans. And what else? Beans and beef stew to feed everybody. But Daystar's going to get that because Burger King and McDonald's and Wendy's and all those young ladies there are also going to be upset too. In all seriousness, it's been great having Tom here. As I told you, the first day I helped him unload his car, he had the skates, golf clubs, the 10-speed bike on the top, the tennis racket, whatever else it was, and he was going to use all that. And just a couple of days ago I asked him about it, and he said, well, all the ice skating rings in Clearwater and Tampa are closed down for renovation. And the 10-speed bike he hasn't used for quite a while, and I don't think it was because of the heat, and you need to ask Tom why. That's an in-house joke. The emergency room at Oak Hill Hospital will tell you why. But in all seriousness, it's been great having Tom here. I was able to go away for a short time and not worrying that the place would be sold or given away or whatever else would have happened.
No one would have it.
Nobody would have it. I would just, if you've got no more on the program, you got a little bit more, because I think he needs to defend himself.
I'll give him a chance.
Oh, okay.
He can take equal time.
But you got to look at the banner, though, in case you haven't seen ecclesiastical person there, and you go across the banner, and what do you end up with? Bed, football, golf, skating, and a happy time. I really told him there was never anything that I learned in seminary.
One of the other things, Tom, that we've decided is the cold winter nights in Virginia. And you got to have something to do because there's no golf being played up there at that time. Can't play tennis. Get tired of working on a computer all the time. So we decided that we had something for you, and it's called Go For It. And we hope that this probably will help your golf game by the same way.
Jigsaw puzzle with them. He's got my golf stance.
In summarizing what I would like to say, and I'm sure this is for a lot of people that are here tonight, because we were here tonight, I think this is what we're all saying to Tom, that we've had some fun with Tom tonight, we've enjoyed ourselves, but in closing, Tom has really done a fantastic job working with Shirley and getting our computer working properly, and Shirley is able to do things she was never able to do before. And I think Shirley will agree with that. We do not get that crazy writing. And also, from all of us that have had the pleasure of knowing and working with Tom, know just how much work he really has done in the week that he's been here at St. Andrews. I personally want to say that it has been a privilege and a joy knowing Tom. And thanks, and Godspeed to you, Tom. And now for the rebuttal.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Timer.
Unlike most of my sermons, where I kind of just wing it at the last minute, I thought that I was going to have to say something, so I jotted a few things down on the back of an envelope on my way over here. 80 and 7 years. That's not. Seriously, I really appreciate all you've done tonight, and I've certainly had a good time. hasn't been the best of days. Earlier this morning, Ted and I have played a little bit of golf together, and he seems to see some sort of a pattern, so he keeps getting our tee times for earlier and earlier and earlier. This time we were up sometime around 4:35 in the morning out there on the golf course, 7 o'clock. And we went right out, and I was on my way to setting a new course record at Oak Hill, which I think I did. I think 127 for 18 holes is about the highest anyone's ever scored there. So Ted only beat me by, I think, about 30 strokes, so it was kind of a bad day for him. But seriously, this weekend sort of closes one chapter for me and opens another. I'm kind of happy about going back to seminary, but in another way I'm kind of sad too. Looking forward to my last year of seminary means that I'm that much closer into getting into the real world and working, hopefully, as a priest in the church, God willing. In the 27 years that I've been alive, I've never had a real job, and I've never been out of school. I've never been out of academics. So coming here and working at St. Andrews was really something for me. It gave me an idea of what my life's going to start being like, next summer after I'm ordained. The responsibility is really a great thing. I mean, great in the sense that I kind of enjoy it, and great in the sense that there's an awful lot of it too. But then it kind of makes me sad too, because here I am. I've met a lot of people. I've made a lot of friends, and now I'm going to be leaving here, and I won't be able to see you. And this happens all the time for seminarians. I mean, I've had this happen at my home parish, where you work for a short period of time before you go to seminary, and then you have to say goodbye to. And where I work up in Maryland, I'll do that again next May too. So, kind of closes that chapter. It's a sad time. St. Andrews did offer me many firsts, and I thought you might be interested in some of them. One of the things was that we saw me this summer walking around, and I was wearing black. I had never worn clericals until I came to St. Andrews before. I did. That's not totally true. I wore them one time. I had one black shirt that I tried on to buy, because my bishop said you better buy one in case you need it. I tried it on, I put it in the box, and it was up on the shelf in my closet. So that was a first for me, and that was a good experience. I had never had that experience before. Then when you wear a black outfit all the time and you go to different places, a lot of people keep calling you Father all the time. That was a new experience. Didn't bother me, the older folks. Little kids come up to me and call me Father, I got a little uptight. So this was also the first time I've ever been in a parish that I was considered a full-time clergy person too, and that was a new and unique experience. At my home parish, I'm just the seminarian who's trying to get into seminary. You come to field work, and you're in a parish that's probably had a seminarian working there for 100 years, and so everybody's always putting their arm around you and kind of guiding you around. So this was kind of an interesting experience to have people actually trust me and talk to me as if I was a clergy person. So I enjoyed that too. Sunday morning will also be the first time I've ever preached 2 weeks in a row. I've never done that. It's going to be quite an experience. I'll be pretty excited about it. That is, if I manage to write a sermon here. So one of the other things I did here that I haven't done before, in all the parishes that I've been in, which should be 4 or 5 different ones that I've worked with, I've never had the feeling of such excitement in particular groups. And one of the things I'd like to tell you about that I'm particularly proud of and pretty excited about is over the last few weeks, the young adults in the parish have kind of approached me, and we got together and we organized a little bit of a group that's going to meet. It used to be called the In-Betweeners, I believe, and now we have a group of young adults that's going to go ahead and start to meet and hopefully be able to bring in some other young people in the area, because there's a lot of young people there. I just felt tremendous excitement about that, and that was sort of a program that we got kicked off in the last 3 weeks. And that's been one of the most exciting things in my ministry so far. So I really encourage you all to get involved with that and give the young people there from 18 to right around 40 or so your support. We're going to have a barbecue coming up here on the 17th. So if you're a young person in that age in September. Yeah, September, not August. So there'll be a sign-up sheet put up here on the board for the people in that age range if you'd like to sign up for that. So that was an interesting thing too. Also, this tape ministry that we started a couple weeks ago, getting tapes to the sick and shut-in. I had seen that or heard about that working before, but to take tapes to the people in the parish that aren't able to get in every Sunday, I found that to be a very exciting thing. People can hear, the celebrant preach or the seminarian preach. As a matter of fact, I took a tape out to some people the other day, and I said that I had just preached this Sunday, and this was the thing on the tape, my sermon, and they said, just go ahead and keep it. We don't really want it. But I get that all the time anyway, so I'm used to it. Really, what I'd like to say most often is that I've enjoyed my time here. I had really thought that I'd be going back to seminary, really tan, and my golf game would be really great, and I'd be playing great tennis, but as it turned out, I didn't do a lot of that. And it's because I think you all made my time here so interesting that I wanted to do a lot more with you than I really figured that I would. I made many friends here, and I say this is about the best experience I've had so far in my 7 or so years in the process to ordination. I'd like to thank, first of all, Fred Sharp, who was the one who got me connected with this parish. Fred worked up in the gym. I don't know if you all know that. Fred had told Robin that I was his boss at the seminary, and I was the supervisor of the gym. Fred worked at the gym. Fred's job was very interesting. Fred had a pretty high-tech job. He would go over at 7 o'clock, stick the key in the door, and unlock the gym. 3 hours later, he would stick the key in the door and lock the gym. My job was to make sure that Fred opened the gym and locked the gym. Forget I was Fred's boss. But I do appreciate Fred getting me and St. Andrews connected. I'd also like to thank Robin. You have a fantastic priest here. I've enjoyed working with you. I've gained great experience, and I really appreciate all you've done for me. Mary, I didn't get to meet Mary for a month. Mary, your reputation from all the people that I met the month you were gone certainly does. Believe me, I've done this before. People just talked about you, and you're all that they say and much more. Really are, and I've enjoyed working with you too. Ted, I used to like you, but the last 3 times we played golf, you've thoroughly embarrassed me, and I was just hoping today at about the 3rd hole, when he was already 10 strokes ahead, he'd say, hey, we don't have to stay. It's like those football teams that put in the starting quarterback again after they're winning by 40 points. So, no, I've had fun playing golf with you and working with you too. I'd also like to thank the staff that I've worked with. You've been wonderful. The vestry for having me here, and most of all, I'd like to thank each and every member of the parish, because without your making me feel welcome, I probably couldn't have accomplished what I did this summer. So thank you very much, and I'll be thinking about you all year. Please keep me in your prayers, especially first week in January, the do or die general ordination exams, and I hope I get down here to see you all again sometime. Thank you very much.
Father Murray, would you please lead us in the closing prayer?
Why don't we, everybody just remain seated. You know, the rector always gets the last word in the parish anyway. I think we're really going to miss Tom, and I think that his ministry here has been just absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, just turn it upside down. Just turn it away. Turn it away from me? Yeah. Just get that helmet back.
Paul.
Good timing, Paul.
His ministry with us has been absolutely fabulous. Just by this very group that's here tonight, as you look around, this is a whole cross-section of the whole parish. I was just saying to Shirley, we've got new people, I'm not talking age-wise, we've got new people, we've got old people, people have been here for a while. He's touched all of us. And you know, this is what the ministry is all about. It's about people. And it's about relationships. And it's about how we relate with each other as Christians. It's about how we feel about each other and how we share those feelings with each other. And we can disagree and we can argue and we can bicker, but we can still love each other. And I think this is what we're all about. And Tom's got the next 40 years ahead of him. He talked about the general ordination examinations, and these are very awesome. And he jokingly, I don't think he was joking when he said that he needed you to keep him in his prayers in January when he goes through those ordinations, those examinations, because I've been one of the examiners on that, and some of those questions are just awesome, and I don't think that if they had them in place today, I don't think that I would get through them. It's difficult. I think what Tom has demonstrated in this parish is what ministry is all about. And not just only the ordained ministry, but also the ministry of the laity. And I think he has a great future ahead of him. We've done our evaluation. I've written an evaluation of what Tom has done, and he's written an evaluation of what he's seen in this parish, and that will be shared with the vestry and with the rest of the parish. And I'm going to be very sorry, very sad, very upset to see, and Shirley's sitting there going like this too. It's just not the computer. When Wednesday comes. And I can't believe that he was with us from the 5th of June until today. And it just seems as if it was just a couple of days. And yet in some ways it seems as if he's always been here with us. And so it is a sad time, but it's a joyful time. And that's what life is all about, is saying hello and goodbye. You know, I was over at the funeral home this evening, or this afternoon, for Jean Buxton, and her daughter was there with a brand new grandchild. And so in the midst of death, there's life. And so in saying hello, there's also saying goodbyes. And you know, that's what we're about. And I don't think that we're saying goodbye to Tom. We're just saying good luck and wish you well. So, why don't we stand and we'll have our closing benediction. As Tom leaves us this week, we ask that you go forth into the world in peace, be of good courage, hold fast to that which is good, render no person evil for evil, strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, help the afflicted, love and honor all persons, and may the blessing of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit be with us this night and remain with us forever. Amen.
I don't know.
Yes, I'll get it for you on Sunday morning.
That's awesome.
Where did you go with his crew? Right, just say anything.
You want to...
Dishcloth, yeah, thank you, drop it.
I did decide to drain the drainer and the drainer.